Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
I think I'm just gonna start. Are we cool with that? We'll just go into it.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Oh my god, let's go. Welcome to episode 34 of the Giant Enemy Crab podcast. I'm your host, Fliz. I'm joined by these wonderful men, Kylar, Tsun, and nobody's gonna respond to me. Whatever.
Hello.
Oh, you're going so fast. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Man, you gotta stick with it. You gotta be on top of it.
You're too strong. I didn't
Stick
know.
with it. You're like running a marathon. We're just trying to eat tea.
All right, I'm sorry.
Eat tea.
In that case, we also have our boy Jacob here.
Hello.
How you doing, bud?
I literally stayed up all night, got 2 hours of sleep, and now I'm here.
Oh,
Why?
Yeah, why are you up so late?
I fucked up my sleep schedule because I was watching my dog.
Oh.
You're just watching him? Just like there he is.
I was hoping for fun plans. Like you were rocking it in the city, Big Willie style.
No.
Getting jiggy with it.
No. My dog, just making sure, because my dog wasn't eating the past few days, which is probably from her medicine.
This is getting depressing.
Oh my god.
You asked me.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I asked that much. It's fine. I feel bad for your dog.
We got her to start eating because it's probably one of her medications. So we had an appointment today, and we literally waited an hour for a 30-second conversation. They just basically said, yeah, this one, probably don't give it to her.
Oh, that's always fun.
It's like, yay. Thankfully, it didn't cost anything.
We learned what we already knew. My favorite doctor visit.
Confirmation.
You ever like Google your problem and you go to the doctor and you're like, it could be this. And they're like, let me go in the back office. And they come back like, so I think it's what you said it is. So I'm going to give you this for that. And I'm like, why didn't even fucking come here? Let me do my own research and prescribe my own medicine. I'll be the doctor.
You're going to have cancer very quickly, according to most diagnoses I've seen.
You have your doctor. If
you
your
have a
doctor
slight
in
cough,
real time,
probably cancer.
if your doctor in real time is going on a WebMD, I think you got a bigger problem.
Did you see your doctor?
Hey, man, they can't know it all. You know, they got to do research.
It's their job
it's
to
not-
know it.
It's not like they have all those extra years of schooling to know these things.
Imagine you just hear your doctor like start typing something, like you hear them searching, and then it just progressively gets more frantic.
I did have a doctor run a Google search right in front of me once. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, it was for something minor, but I was like, shit, man, why? My Google foo is probably better than yours, dude. Like, you're not gonna help me here.
We use Google all the time in the pharmacy. Not even joking. It's definitely is a thing.
You think you're dying? Let me look.
Yeah, just gotta Google shit. It's funny because they gave us like these AI tools, like pharmacy AI tools, and they're so bad. Like they're not even usable, and they want us to try and use them, but
It's a scam.
it's really weird, man. I don't know why, because like we try to use it to look up to ask a question on instructions on like a bowel prep solution, and it didn't even like recognize the medication name. I kept thinking it was like something else and kept making up different names for the medication other than what we were telling it.
I'm glad you have like a shitty version of Chat GTP.
Yeah, it
help
really
you.
was. It's so terrible. I can only imagine like what other doctors' offices and hospitals, because you know that they're driving that shit in there. I wonder what they're using.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's yeah. I don't have any information, but it sounds like a scam where they have to use that software basically. Because we had old companies where we'd have like this outdated shitty software, and we'd still have to use it because we had like the license for it for another 3 years. They're like, we're not upgrading.
Trying to get the best out of it, or the most out of it, not best.
I'm now imagining like someone gets their prescription pills, looks at the bottle, it's just like written in crayon, like just a completely irrelevant name. Doesn't even make sense.
Hey, you never know when you run out of pens.
When you run out of pen, you just have a bunch of crayons like ready to go.
Well, you gotta go buy them.
I'm just imagining you're like, where's the pen? We don't got any, but I've got this. Reaches like under desk. Just put like 40 crayons.
So how about them GPUs?
What a segue.
What am I supposed to do with fucking crayons? I had one for running out and buying stuff, but then you just kept jamming more crayons in there, and now I have to just cut it and go straight to something else. Fucking crayons.
What about the
You're king of segues.
I can't when you give me nothing.
I gave you crayons, motherfucker.
Look, man, this isn't a what I eat podcast. This is a video game news podcast. So let me hear about the GPUs we ranted and raved about a couple episodes ago. What's the update?
There's some interesting stuff going on. People are starting to critique these more and more. So one, there's like actual legitimate critique where people are testing the new RTX 50s and they're finding that the actual like performance difference between these and the RTX 40s is not that large of a gap when compared to the 30s to the 40s. So this isn't like that huge of an actual hardware increase in comparison, apparently. It's pretty much just the new DLSS is what they're using to kind of like, like we were saying before, to advertise these new graphics cards and make them seem like so much more powerful, like twice the power of the 4080. When really it's just all, frame generation. That's really what's driving that.
Yeah, I saw a Reddit thread of somebody posting their benchmarks with the 4080 and the 50 whatever, and the 4080 was doing better. And then I went and looked at the comments, and they were like so mad. They were like, "This is bad data, and this is you skewed the results in your favor, and you didn't even your CPU's throttling it," and like they were mad. And I was like, "Who do I believe?" And it sounded like I believed the comments, but it seems like the new ones are kind of not all they were cracked up to be, just generally speaking.
It's hard to say because they're so hard to get a hold of right now. They've pretty much all been scalped up from what we can tell.
So why don't they make enough? This happens every time.
I'm not sure. Honestly, it might just be an issue of just everyone's just buying them instantly. I know that there's an actual shortage of them from the sounds of it because so many sellers are just running out of them pretty much instantly. There's a bunch of inventory issues with these, even to the point where some are saying that they probably should have held off on this release. So yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly why this is happening again, because if you kind of compare this to the new PlayStation, they failed to do that. That did not happen with the new PlayStation at all. But yeah, the other thing that's kind of been making rounds is also there are reports of a bunch of different issues with the RTX 50s. First, there was a community on Facebook, PC Market, showed a video, or rather not a video, some pictures of some testing results where the power cables that were plugged into them began to melt.
Oh, shit.
Which quickly got things heated up where people were very worried and upset. And to kind of clarify that, it did happen, but what the community group on Facebook did end up clarifying was that it seems to be a user error where they plugged this into like an RTX 4090 first, and they didn't seat the cables all the way, so it shorted and the cables melted, and then they tried to do them on the RTX 50s. They weren't working, and that's how the cables ended up melted. So if you've heard about that, it seems to be user error, not an actual fault of the graphics card itself.
Can't plug cording good.
Pretty much.
Well, that's good. I'll take it over having to worry that the PC is going to explode.
Legitimate issues, though. There have been lots of talk on Reddit and also Chinese forums, too, from the other variants of the RTX 50, 80, and 90 that were having both some kind of driver errors, PCIe errors, as well as just like legitimate like physical problems with the card, with like burns of the integrated circuits on the board itself. And this is kind of a problem. Yeah. And these are showing up on like both in China and also on English, like the ASUS forums as well on Reddit, where the NVIDIA driver, when you update it, it causes Windows to no longer be able to detect the RTX 5090, right?
Okay.
So it makes it completely unusable on the computer.
No shit.
Because the problem is you can't roll back the driver, because in order to roll it back, you have to select the graphics card and roll it back. But Windows can't see it anymore. So yeah. Not great. There's a couple fixes that people have suggested, such as changing the PCIe slot from a 5.0 to a 4.0, forcing it into that configuration instead. But that doesn't seem to always be working, and is not a confirmed solution to this. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do about that. That's kind of worrying, especially for a $2,000 graphics card.
Would you, in your personal opinion, would you say it's better to wait for these kind of like the newest graphics card just because of issues like this? Or do you think it's worth it knowing that there'll be patches and refunds if, like, I feel like you should, especially considering the price, like, I don't know if it's a great idea to go out and get a brand new state-of-the-art graphics card anytime.
No, probably not. For a few reasons. One being they're really hard to get. Two, with these ones, especially, you don't know what kind of issues you're going to run into, especially with the new technology that's packed into these graphics cards. You're kind of relying on any new games being able to use the technology in them in the first place, right? So you're going to have a limited set of games to even take advantage of the advantages of the RTX 50. There's very few games that do right now anyways. So you're kind of like, is there really a point to it right now anyways? And on top of that, just the technology in itself is advancing so fast. I mean, you could probably skip a whole generation of card. If you already have like a RTX 4080 or something, it's definitely possible. Just wait till the 60s come out, because they'll probably be way better.
I don't know if I'm going to get a 40 or 50. I might just stick with the 2080 Super until it dies. Like,
yeah, you can try.
I will. I'll let you know how it goes. It's already going terribly.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is the 40s are like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. They literally doubled in price, like actually doubled in price. Like I went to go look at them to see how much they were going for. And I bought my 4080 for like a little under $1,000, like $980 or something. And now they're over $2,000. And the 4090 is over $4,000. Like, it's bad.
Hold on. You said 4,000?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. We're all doomed. All these games requiring all this new stuff, and just the GPU alone, not even the best GPU, is worth the price of 2 whole ass gaming PCs.
Yeah, you can look it up right now. Like, go on Newegg. You're gonna see them for like $3,500 to $4,500. Like, it's absurd. Now you have gaming PCs that are on there that are like $7,000.
Now is not the time to buy.
Yeah, and it
I don't
just
know when
happened
it will
in
be, though.
Like 1 month. It went from December, like normal pricing, and as soon as these 50s came out, boom, instantly. Absolutely
I wonder
insane.
what happened.
I went to Newegg
What
just to
happened
look
last
for
month?
fun, and yeah, it's like showing these combo things. It's just kind of funny. It's like this combo of items is like $1,200 something bucks. The combo up savings $30. You save $30 off of like almost $1,300. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's insane. So the 50s are just gone because they all got bought up instantly. If you actually had tried to buy one, like if you stayed online at websites and stuff, many people reported that as pretty much they would hit the buy button, and the website would just crash. It would say error, and by the time they reloaded the website, it said out of stock. Like, there was just no chance.
It's the same thing with Ticketmaster. It's just bots buying everything up.
Yes.
You don't have a chance.
Now, here's the fun part, is people have already, there's like armies on Reddit that are creating posts on eBay. Like they're using like VPN software and stuff to just create mass amount of eBay postings of RTX 50, 80s and 90s. where they're designed to fool bots into buying them, and it just sends like an email of a picture of a RTX 5080 for like $2,000.
Has it worked?
Yeah. Yes, it has actually worked.
God.
Yep. People are saying that people are actually getting sales. And if you pull it up, like there's big warnings on there, like warning, do not buy this if you are a human.
If you are a human.
Yeah. And it says in the description, like, yeah, this is like you're going to receive like just a picture in as an email. If you buy this, this isn't actually real.
Is that legal to do on eBay, to just like, let's say I grabbed everything from a sale from a legit 4080 and then put like an asterisk note at the bottom and then copied it and then put an asterisk at the bottom that said, note, this is just a picture of what's for sale. That's actually for sale.
I don't know, to be honest with you, if it is or not. I would assume not, but at the same time, technically their descriptions are correct. You know, they are being like, hey, this is actually not an RTX 5080.
Yeah.
So, you know, who's to really say?
It's kind of weird, right? Because like technically the warning is there. So if you fall for it, it's kind of your fault for not reading, but it's also a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, there was one guy that apparently instead of like an email stuff, he says, I will send you just a random thing that I find at my house. He's just sending them garbage.
I don't like the idea that he's not even getting stuff. He's just digging through his own trash. Like
basically, he's just sending them like some random shit.
Old toothbrush.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
So yeah, there are efforts being done to stop the scalpers, but yeah, the actual kind of gaming market is really fucked right now. If you're trying to buy new hardware, like,
yeah,
not a good time.
Right when my PC starts dying and failing across the board, it's like, too
That's
bad.
fine. So your stuff's only a little bit deep fried now.
I don't know. The amount of times my PC has just stopped, given up, coughed out dust.
It's been doing okay with Tekken.
It has, yeah. It really hates Unreal 5. That's the common.
Everything hates Unreal 5.
Oh man, that is some unoptimized shit.
Honestly, I feel like PC gaming just in general has taken so many L's lately. Is that just me? Like these last few years, there's like less and less reason to upgrade my computer as time goes on.
Even in the last 6 months, like when we started the podcast, I had my PC was working fine and I was like, console gaming is shit. And over the last couple of months, I've been like, maybe I should look into consoles because this is too expensive and too time consuming and I can't even get shit to work
and
right.
Your PC's struggling. Sound tired, boss.
Well, like, and it's funny too, because I just bought Spiderman 2 on Steam. I've been playing that, and it's a fucking awesome game. I love that game.
Technical issues,
man, the problems it has are like kind of shocking. Like,
you showed us, and for some reason in the Discord when you streamed it for us, all your hits and explosions, everything sounded like it came out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. It was like a purposely dubbed track make it goofy as fuck. I don't know why it was doing that.
Are the issues like, I haven't actually like looked it up. What are the issues it has right now? Like, it's all technical stuff, right?
The problems I've run into, because I have a fairly beefy computer, and I've heard some people run to like actual performance problems. And that's the thing. For me, it's not performance issues. Like I run it on almost max settings. I get like 180 frames or whatever. But the issues I have are that I have like textures would just disappear. Like they'll just be gone all of a sudden for no reason.
You're just getting hit by Mysterio.
Yeah. Oh, damn, you stole my joke.
Yeah. It's funny because his sections are actually fine. I haven't had an issue with Mysterio sections at all. Funny enough. Shadows will suddenly turn from black to white for no reason, which makes everything look really messed up. There are parts of the HUD, like there's a mechanic you have to do where you have to hold the triggers of the controller like at a certain like pressure to line up these little dots in an area, right?
Okay.
But sometimes the HUD that shows this will be hidden behind the background. So like buildings will hide it. So I actually can't see them at all.
That's
So
weird.
I can't do the mechanic because I literally cannot see.
That's really weird.
That sounds more like a programming error than like how does that affected by the port? I don't know.
Yeah, so that is a problem. I've had cutscenes have their audio completely desynced, which isn't great because this is a very like cinematic. What did you call it, Fliz, when you were watching me play it? Like a spectacle?
I thought it
fighter?
seemed like a spectacle fighter, like Devil May Cry or something.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Like it has these really cool cutscenes that you do the little quick time events or whatever. It's really fucking fun, but it has a lot of problems that I never heard anything about for the PlayStation when it came out. So yeah, and it's like I have everything I need to play this, but I can't play it like properly because it's just completely borked. If I just got on PlayStation, it would have been fine. It would have been a very similar experience.
How many times has it crashed?
5. It's crashed 5 times. And I don't even know why, to be honest with you, because I've tried running it at the lowest settings. I've run at the highest settings, and nothing really changes, and it will still just randomly crash. Luckily, the save states that the game has automatically are really good. It literally picks up exactly where it crashed, so I don't lose anything, which is super nice, but I'd rather it didn't crash at all.
It's a luxury you can't afford, apparently.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate. Oh yeah, there's other things too where there's a mechanic where you can take pictures around the city too. And the first time I used the mechanic, it worked fine. It shows like what you took a picture of. Now when I do, it just shows like this purple square instead.
It's like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. You found the evil camera. The purple square gets closer every time you take a picture.
Pulls out phone to take picture. It's just a fucking Gary's mod missing texture.
I was gonna say you found the Gary's mod camera.
And it has this like hitching problem too, where the whole game just kind of like stops for a second and then just keeps going.
That's usually with loading things.
It happens during cutscenes, which is what's weird. Like regular gameplay is fine. It's always the cutscenes. I don't know why.
Maybe it's because it's loading something. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's usually what that is.
It's just disappointing that like I've spent enough money on this computer to buy multiple PlayStation 5s, and I run into so many more problems playing games on this than I do my actual PlayStation 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, you are playing a port, so
yeah.
Let's keep that in
still,
mind.
it's it was $80 for a game, and it's like a premium priced game. That's the thing. Like it shouldn't be a problem that's this severe.
$80, really?
Yeah, that's what I paid for. Was $80.
Oh,
I think it's
70 or 80. One of the
Yeah, I
two.
think it's like $10 more than like other games coming out right now.
Oh, my stomach just turned a little.
Yeah.
I will
It's
say,
a fun game though. Honestly, like when I don't have the issues, it's a great time. I think you guys were watching when I was playing as Venom. Oh my god. Playing as
You get to
Venom.
play as
if,
them in
if it
that?
has all those
Yeah.
issues and you still play.
Ooh.
It's
So
funny because he tries to do Spider-Man's mechanics. Like one is where you can like web line to like a vent to crawl through it. But instead of going through the vent, Venom just breaks through the wall.
He's too big.
He's 12 feet tall. I swear to God, he's enormous. But yeah, so big L for PC gaming right now. I don't know when these prices are going to start going down or anything.
I
but
was about to say because Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 just came out and that apparently runs fine.
does it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
haven't
what
seen
it
any
is.
mention of like any rough things. The only thing I've seen with that game are like just it's all like opinionated stuff. Like some people find it too slow and some people find it fine.
I'm honestly not sure, but I hope they fix the issues with Spider-Man. I heard that they released a hot fix a little bit ago. I haven't played it since, so I'm gonna have to try that out.
I hope to pick it up sometime soon.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for payday at this point.
But yeah, besides the graphics card issues, unless you guys had any questions about those.
No, I can't afford it. I can't even think about it.
I can't
I
afford
can't
to
even
have
afford
an
to ask
opinion.
questions.
Yeah, besides that, Bioware is in a lot of trouble right now. Oh man, they have apparently been downsized to less than 100 people now. after Dragon Age Veilguard kind of did not do so hot.
Yeah.
Not a good time. Apparently, in a meeting, the CEO of Electronic Arts, Andrew Wilson, has said that probably the reason why it didn't so hot is because it doesn't have enough shared world of features.
What does that mean?
Oh my
Does it
God.
want to be like
Is that a live?
a Morpega?
Is that
It's
a live service
services.
thing?
Yeah, live services. Kind of like the one that no one wanted to buy, Suicide Squad. That game. Kind of like how that game.
How can you come to that conclusion when everywhere you look it's fucking people raging about the woke storylines and like nothing else? That's
It's
like
EA,
we even
dude.
heard that podcast, or not that podcast, the fucking Real Game Awards we did last time, and that they were bitching about that shit too. Like,
Yeah.
obviously people didn't really like that.
Well, yeah, it was that, and apparently just the writing itself for the whole game is not that great.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
just
heard that as well.
it's not a good story or narrative for a game that has
That's
been in a
supposed to have
franchise that's been built on having a good story and narrative. Yeah.
Yep.
Like that's the whole point of Dragon Age. So if you don't have that, cool, I can shoot spells, but there's lots of games that do that. So that's what's unique about Dragon Age, and that's what's hard. And they didn't really execute from the sounds of it. But it sounds like the next Dragon Age is getting a battle pass, so that'll go well.
Oh, fun.
Are we gonna have another Dragon Age at this rate?
I don't know.
Because
I
Bioware
don't
sounds
know.
like they're collapsing.
Yeah,
Man, that's rough too. Because they used to be like, just they used to pump out hits, and then they went downhill like over
yeah.
time, big
I
time.
mean, they have some at Dragon Age, Mass Effect, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, as long as Mass Effect is still in play, BioWare ain't going anywhere.
Well, that's what's scary is they're making Mass Effect 5 right now.
Yeah,
And
probably
they
gonna be a
have
live
less than
live service
100
now.
people at that studio. And to put into context, just a few years ago, they had over 400.
Mm.
They're like, they're on fumes right now. So it's kind of scary that they're kind of trying to get Mass Effect 5 into motion here, and they're running at like nothing. They got nothing to help them with it.
Don't worry, we'll just get
Jeez.
Andromeda too.
Oh no, not another one.
I can hear Andromeda thinking of like just seeing cutscenes. I think it was more specifically if you chose like the female character. Just some cutscenes she'd have like a super lazy eye, which is funny.
Yeah, I think at one point like their heads would spin around too, and like they didn't emote was also a problem. Like there were no emotions on anyone's face.
Just remember watching a streamer play, and he made like he chose the female main character, and he made it look like a clown, obviously, but like the eyes were normal, and but when he cutscene, it cut to her, and one of her eyes is like looking elsewhere. Well, the main one, he's like, what's her eye doing?
Nah, they're just staying alert, looking out for any problems.
Man, I like the Mass
Don't wanna be
Effect
caught
series as
unaware.
well.
Oh yeah, it's good. 3, the ending was awful, but that's okay.
I think I avoided
I
the
think-
ending of 3 just because of that fact that I heard it was awful, and I was like, I don't want to end this on a rough note.
Yeah, it's not the greatest thing. But
It's one of those games that did the like open world thing too fast for me. And I was like, nah, I ain't wandering around this city talking to people for 2 hours. I'm done. Turn it off. I've heard it's great, but I'm over it.
did you ever play like 1 and 2?
I played 1. You start out and you shoot people, and then suddenly you're in a city and you talk to this like alien monster who has a very strange voice for how it looks.
Yeah.
And then you talk to a whole bunch of people, and then you talk to some more people, and then you talk to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then
said
it
no,
becomes
thank
like
you.
I think honestly the open world aspect is worse in 1 than it is in 3.
Is it?
Yeah,
Wow.
because I played 1. I went back. I got the like master collection or whatever it is that has all of them in there. And 1, oh my god, I spent so much time just doing the most random shit.
Yeah, they're just it was same thing. Final Fantasy, just walk back and forth talking to people about this, then go back, then go back, then go back.
But there's
They
actual
need to- that
missions
needs
and
to be
stuff to
done.
do.
We need to move away from that questing bullshit. Like, just take it out. It's not.
When did Mass Effect 1 come out?
I'm
Oh, I don't remember.
In retrospect,
A long while ago.
I'd have to look
Like,
it up.
quite a while ago. Let's see.
It'd have to be like early 2000s, right?
The first one, 2007.
2007. Yeah. Wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. My God, that was 18 years.
That's not that
Yeah.
long.
That's like a century in gaming time.
Well, I thought like early 2000s. But EA is also not the only ones kind of struggling with their games because unfortunately, MultiVersus is shutting down.
Let's fucking go.
Oh no.
It's okay, Fliz. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Well, I'm just kind of like, why did I turn on them so hard? Because they came out and we all it was free to play, right? The
Mhm.
beta. And we all enjoyed it for a few days. And then we stopped. Maybe there were some oppressive characters and maybe the gameplay stopped being fun at a certain point. And
No,
then
the
I
beta
think
stopped. Remember?
the beta. Oh yeah, the beta. So we liked it in the beta. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it came back and they took away all my progress. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, they shut down my character entirely.
Yeah. It came out with like a bunch of weird issues where like they changed the camera. They made the stages like smaller too. I remember for me, I played Superman and like my abilities were kind of weird. Like my laser thing just didn't behave the same. And sometimes it was just straight up broken. It didn't work right.
Yeah.
And your character was so busted, they removed him from the game. I don't know what happened with him.
I think it had to do with his like down smash into the ground, among other things. Because I even had that clip up of the robot just infinitely smashing into the ground. I think there was also some really aggressive like monetization and like you had to play a lot to unlock. Like that's one thing Marvel does that's great is like the characters are there. MultiVersus is like, nah, you got to play for days to unlock certain things. Like, nah, all right.
Yeah, that's not great. So they're officially shutting down May 30th after the final season 5 ends. Then they're done. You can still play like the offline version of the game, but I guess only if you download the latest version of the game before May 30th. Like after May 30th, it's just gone, basically.
I was just double checking. I didn't realize this, but the game director was receiving he labels it threats to harm from the player base.
Yes, he was.
So like they're like death threatening for closing MultiVersus.
Well, I'm sure people spent a grip and it's not even that old.
Yeah.
And you'd think that a game, it's a big game. It may not be the best game, but it was everywhere for a minute.
Yep.
It's free to play. Everybody can play. And they thought, and with how aggressive the monetization was, you'd have to think like, well, they're not just going to shut down in a couple months. That'd be crazy. Too bad.
Yeah. To put in perspective, the reason why people are so mad is because there was I think it was like a founders pack or something you could buy for $100 that a bunch of people got.
Yep.
And one of the things that you got was character tokens that you could spend to unlock new characters.
Mhm.
They did not even release enough characters for you to spend all the tokens on.
Oh God.
That's beautiful.
So you could see Reddit posts basically like people asking, did I just fucking get scammed for buying this? So yeah, that's why people are upset. But it's not really too surprising when you look at their financial situation, because looking at it from a few months ago, Warner Bros. Said that they had lost $100 million primarily from MultiVersus.
How?
I am not sure. That's like a lot. And that was only in the quarter of last year. That's just one quarter. Year to date of 2024, they reported a write down of $300 million in their gaming business.
See, I'm wondering if even though it's Warner Brothers, do they still are these IPs free to them, or do people, I'm sure other people still have to be paid.
Probably.
Right?
It wouldn't surprise me.
So maybe that's where because then they have to hire the voice actors, I believe, or, yeah, I can see where a lot of money would go just to keeping this game running.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I think I'm starting to feel like people should just start watching the Twitch viewership numbers of games to see if it's going to succeed or not. Like that Steam reviews. not ratings on PlayStation, just like look at your, and then go from there. Like when you see MultiVersus is way down at the bottom of the list, it's time to change things up a bit.
Well, yeah, and that was the thing, is MultiVersus was everywhere on Twitch when that beta was out.
Yep.
Everyone was fucking playing it. Then they got rid of it. Everyone forgot about it. And it came out as nothing. It was no longer new.
Maybe that's because that's what happened with Concord as well, right? Like they had the beta, everybody was playing it, but every time it came back, less people were playing it.
Everybody is a very strong statement for how many people.
Okay.
Like
The most people who were playing
at most in its entire lifespan. That is not everyone.
The highest amount of players were during the beta, correct?
Yes, the closed one.
Okay, that's what I meant. I didn't mean it. All right.
Everyone and their grandma.
I'm wrong. I wish I'd tried it. But then you reminded me it was $40. I can't say I wish I tried it because I think that's what happened. I took a look at it and go, I should try this, and then saw the price and went, nope.
Yeah. But there's some good news. Pal World is launching their publishing division. I don't know if you guys heard about this.
No, my first thought is they're just going to start suing other people.
No, they're
down.
publishing games now, and they've already announced that they're going to be publishing some horror game from Surgeon Studios. Is their first one, but apparently they've been getting like lots of like showings of people wanting for them to publish their game.
Oh, good. I hope they make good choices because starting off with horror is a good choice. They need, I think we talked about this, but somebody needs to do the Blumhouse method and just like make a ton of cheap, shitty horror games and just pump them. I guess they're not shitty, but
God damn,
I know where you went. I was like, I have an example of this, but it's not shitty. I'm not going to say
Inexpensive.
it's not shitty. Inexpensive.
Projects.
Okay, so we'll say that because Chilla puts out a bunch of ugly ass games, but I love them all. So that negates my. But they're cheap, obviously. Good stuff though. They're already doing it. Never mind.
Chilla's a madman. He cranks out things so fast.
I don't even know if Chilla is a man.
I don't know. Either way, Chilla the dev.
Chilla's Chilla.
Pumps things out
Chilla
like
the
crazy.
dev. And they're all good for an hour or two of fun. Where were
Babinga.
we?
Oh, I was just talking about
indeed.
the Pal World. That's the only game that they said that they're going to be publishing right now. I don't know. We don't know anything about this horror game, unfortunately. Like we have nothing about it. All we know is apparently it's going to be released sometime this year.
Okay.
And also apparently Pocket Pair Publishing is supposed to be working on another 2 titles, but we have no idea who's making it or what they're about. So
all right.
Yeah.
We'll keep a lookout for that. I will, because I like me some horror games. There's a bunch that have passed me by because I stopped streaming, but someday I'll get back into the not being scared at the jump scares that I'm so good at doing. The uninteresting blank face at jump scares. That's what Twitch chats love.
Oh my god. A new tactic I've seen recently is it's only ever used on crusty ones, but like if you tell a jump scare is about to come up, you just turn around and walk backwards. It will never affect you because you'll never see it.
Dude, half the time I'm looking at the scenery and something like a thing will run across, and I didn't even realize it until it was already done. I'm off in my own world looking at like a painting on the wall or some shit.
Admiring art.
I'm just imagining like Fliz looking at the scenery, horror monster jumps up, he just shoves it to the side to keep looking.
I'm trying to look at this flower.
Damn it.
There was one thing you remind me of when you brought up Blumhouse is during their presentation, there was one game that they showed, which was Fear the Spotlight, right?
That sounds really familiar.
Yeah. And I thought it looked really cool. And what I didn't realize is they released this project from Blumhouse in October last year, pretty recently.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now it's making more sense. Yeah.
But I didn't realize that they actually already released it the year prior. Right? And then they re-released it and doubled the length of the entire game.
Okay. Now I think we've talked about this game before.
Yeah.
I never got the gumption to look at it.
I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, but I remember that being a very strange thing to do. But other than that, I don't think Blumhouse has actually released anything quite yet. I haven't heard of them releasing anything.
All right, you got anything else?
Nope, that is it for me.
Ooh, who's going next?
I'll finish this off. So soon, you want to go?
Oh, what you got soon?
Okay, I have an update on Dr. Disrespect. I don't know how to feel about this.
Our favorite.
So yeah, apparently he's been reinstated for YouTube monetization.
Oh.
He's allowed to earn money on YouTube again.
Yeah, I think it happened the same time as gaming studio got shut down.
Oh yeah, the gaming studio he got kicked out of.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's fucked up is like I was listening to. I need to fix my YouTube algorithm because looking at that Real Game Awards fucked my shit up. Like I ended up listening to this like anti-woke gaming podcast or a clip of it. And they were talking about this and they're like, that studio deserved it because they distanced themselves from, the good creator that Dr. Disrespect is when all that went down. And I was like, holy shit. You're blaming like the studio shutting down because they didn't support somebody who was texting minors? What are we doing? What's the end goal here? Like, I feel bad because that studio didn't deserve that. They did what they were supposed to do. And yet they have to watch this guy who basically destroyed their career. They were fine until all that came out. And now they have to watch. Even afterwards, they must have been. Yeah, because that was years and years ago.
And like, he's like, of course, shithead statement on Twitter. He's like, on the night they shut down, we get our monetization back. Let's fucking go. And it's just like, oh, fuck you, dude.
That's terrible.
You're such a scumbag.
I hope if he tries to make anything else like that again, like any type of, project that people are just like, hell no. Look what happened to your last one you did. You like celebrated it for failing.
It's sad that people like that succeed.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. And it's not just in gaming. It's in the film industry. It's in music. People do shitty things. And because they're popular, people don't care, which is just like mind-blowing to me.
Doesn't make sense.
Nope. And maybe that's why we're not famous. We don't understand. One of us has to have a horrible controversy. I vote Lionel.
Yeah.
What? Why me?
You can navigate the fallout the best.
Yeah, probably. Gosh. I already got too much shit going on. You can handle it.
What? Oh my gosh. Every day.
Every day.
What do you mean?
You.
Always throwing stuff at me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't want to see any more Dr. Disrespect. Yeah. I hope his numbers are at least way worse.
Not his subscriber count.
No.
I think it's like 4-point-something million.
Yeah, he deserves it too. Such a good guy.
Oh man.
It's crazy, man. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, I think a large part of his fan base is
stupid.
Literally. Well, I wouldn't say that, but I would say uninformed, and I would say young.
Uninformed.
Like he's all after that kid market.
We've seen that he totally is after it. Look at his texting history.
Yeah. You got anything else? I don't know what else to say about Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, no, there's nothing else to say. But I found it
sucks for the studio.
I found something on apparently the co-founder of Treyarch. I didn't know that they were he was going through any kind of legality thing, illegal cases, but apparently he was. He's pleaded guilty to grounding a firefighting plane with a drone during the LA wildfires.
On purpose?
So, from what I gather, at the time, he didn't purposely crash it into the plane, but there was a no-fly notice out that he ignored to go and fly his drone to survey the Palisade fires.
Oh.
Before losing control and, making like a hole in the wing of the Super Scooper.
Oh, no. That's not good.
Yeah.
Wait, he crashed it into the plane.
So here's the statement. Aikman flew the drone at least 2,500 meters, more than 1.5 miles, toward the fire and lost sight of it. As he was flying the drone, it collided with a Government of Quebec Super Scooper, carrying 2 crew members attempting to fight the blaze. The impact caused an approximately 3-inch by 6-inch hole in the left wing. After landing, the maintenance personnel identified the damage and took the aircraft out of service for repairs.
Good thing nobody died.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it just created.
It sounds like it's an accident. Like he fucked up. I don't think he was trying to. Those fucking firefighters! I'm gonna get them today.
It doesn't seem like he was doing it on purpose.
I doubt it.
I mean, it's still there was the notice saying "Don't fly shit."
This motherfucker called in a counter UAV.
I'm telling you, this air support. Get the fuck out of my game.
So did he get fined or what happened?
He's hoping to escape. So apparently it's a misdemeanor that can carry up to 1 year in prison, but he's hoping to escape the prison term in exchange for like 150 hours of community service in support of wildfire relief, and also paying the $65,000 fine to repair the plane.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with community service and a fine. I mean, I can't imagine this was a purposeful action.
Probably not.
It's just crazy, man.
You guys like drones? Crazy. Are you drone guys?
No.
I don't mind them, but at the same time, I can't really see spending the amount of money.
Have you seen the like professional drone flying guy? Those races are nuts.
Sounds pretty cool.
I've only ever seen the concert of that once, and it was in a video game. So it's like, I figured it was like a real life thing too, but it's not a scene.
You gotta watch the YouTubes.
It is not a scene I've looked into at all.
All right. Well, I hope he was actually making a mistake and that he gets a light sentence. I don't want any more bad shit. There's been enough bad shit lately. What else you got?
No Man's Sky just got into update.
Dude, I keep seeing more and more about that game. Like that game is fire. Apparently,
it's gone insane. So the newest update adds walkable gas giants. And like, apparently trillions, what was it? Where was the words I saw? It was like trillions of planets to explore and like billions of systems.
Yeah, I think they updated like the algorithm that makes planets and solar systems. So it can create like a bunch of new different ones.
Walkable gas giants and like underwater exploration and everything else too.
Yep.
So
oceans so deep you can't even see the sun.
I've assumed that one of y'all has played it. I've wanted to, but also, like, do you just get stuff and then go to another place and get stuff and go to another place and get like? Is there a storyline?
There is a storyline. There is a
story. Okay.
I played it back when it first came out, and so like there is if I were to if I were to go back to it right now, it'd be a completely different game, and I wouldn't even know where to start. But I have reinstalled it with the intent to check it out after reading up on all the stuff that it's had added, because it seems pretty insane.
Yeah, the moment that impressed me with No Man's Sky, I remember playing it, is the first time you have to call in like this space station, right? I didn't know what it meant, and I was like trying to figure out how to do it, and then I realized, I have to go into space and to call the space station or whatever. And I flew up. I got off the plane. I'm in space, and I press the thing, and it shows like this little holographic circle like out in front of me. I was like, oh, okay. And I clicked the thing, and I watched basically like a Death Star, just Star Wars in from nowhere, just and just appear in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck? What is that? And
just something you can do?
Yeah, it's just something you can do. Like, you just do it. And I go into it, and there's like other people in there. There's like other players like on this space station. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's
also it's like multiplayer now.
Oh yeah, it's been multiplayer for a while now.
Yeah, it's multiplayer, and you can see other people on the space station. It's meant to be like a something that you can run into new people in.
That's kind of crazy, because that means like you call in, you can call wherever you want, but it like instances you in.
Yeah,
I don't even know like the way to describe that. That's crazy.
Dang, it's only $24 too. It sounds I might.
Dude,
it's got fishing, Liz.
They did add fishing.
Ooh.
It's got fishing.
Ooh. And scuba diving. Oh, this looks
Yeah, so
This looks good.
yeah, apparently the oceans go so deep you can't even see the sun anymore. So
Oh my god.
and it does, and like the oceans have like flora and fauna.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. It looks good.
And I think one of the things I was like a quote I was reading from one of the devs was like the algorithm gets a bit crazy sometimes with the creatures it makes underwater,
It looks very much like Subnautica. A little
which
more
is
vibrant.
terrifying.
Well, I love Subnautica.
No, I love
Not the
Subnautica
second
too,
one, but the first
but
one.
like I still remember playing Subnautica and getting I think my most recent one was the Subnautica 2, not 2 but Sub-Zero I think it is. But getting like that sea truck and then going further out and then hearing things shouting at my vehicle and being like, I'm gonna fucking shit my pants. Because I love the
just
deep sea
remembered
and
that.
I'm also terrified of it at the same time.
Just that first like drop off into the abyss when you run into
my
it in
God.
the first game, and you're like, that's a nice natural invisible wall you got there, because I know what happens if I go.
Oh yeah,
out
yeah, dude. You go out there and you start hearing monsters roaring, you get the fuck out of there.
yeah. All right. Well, you got anything else?
I found just something that I found that was kind of stupid. Apparently, so the title of this article is "You too can cosplay poverty," and it's someone has made a replica of the Disco Elysium bag that your character uses to pick up like old cans and stuff.
Okay.
It's 159 euros
Oh my god.
because
Why?
it's made out of, what was that material? Is it Dyneema?
I don't know.
So
I
it's
never played it.
Dyneema, yeah. So it's apparently it looks like a yellow plastic bag, but it's supposed to be a carrier bag that like the last one you'll ever need to buy because it's supposed to be strong as hell. Because I guess Dyneema is stronger than Kevlar.
Dyneema.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Dyneema, Dyneema, I think. But I just thought it was crazy because yeah, you can buy a recreation of the Disco Elysium carrier bag that is just like it kind of looks like a piss stained yellow bag.
Yeah, it really, I'm seeing this now. It really just looks like a grocery bag from a liquor store. Like they
Yeah.
just gave you that. They've just been sitting around for, it looks like trash. It looks
Yeah.
like actual trash.
Dude, 159 euros for that.
Oh no. Oh, I'm seeing like things made out of this. And if it's not like rope, it looks like garbage.
Apparently it's strong as hell though.
It is, yeah. It is very strong. Like not even just a little bit stronger than Kevlar. It's a lot stronger than Kevlar.
But yeah, because I guess the company that's making it has also done like other Disco Elysium like merchandise. Like one of the characters like a replica of the character's jackets and stuff. And like that's cool. But then they're like, here's this fucking grocery bag. Spend 160
I don't have
bucks
money
on
for
it.
that trash. It just looks like a literal piece of
Yeah,
trash.
I just
Like, it's
grabbed-
make it a
not-
leather
I
or
just grabbed that
something?
article because I was like, this is kind of funny.
There you go.
Oh my god.
That's
Yeah, it's
that's
not
all I
great.
got. But like,
Okay, cool. Well, we're already an hour in, so moving on to Mr. Jacob. What you got for us?
Yeah. First and foremost, Steam has a new feature where it just lets you know for I think it's exclusively for early access games. It gives you a notice if the game hasn't been updated in a certain amount of time.
dude, can I say my favorite thing of the screenshot they showed of that was it was the Heartbound page on Steam.
This game has not been updated in 13 months.
Yeah, they were using the page for
Aw.
Heartbound.
Oh, he's just catching all those L's.
Dude. I actually mentioned this to Strider earlier, but I was looking at that store page, and some of the negative reviews are kind of funny because they're taking shots at him.
Oh.
My favorite one was, of course, he hasn't finished the game. Have you seen his mana? That one I enjoyed. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, neat little new feature. On a different note, Sony has apparently requested a takedown of the fan patch for Bloodborne that allowed it to run at 60 FPS.
Oh, shit.
The interesting
Weird.
because this thing was released back in like February of 2021 or something like that. So it's been out for quite a few years. And I've seen rumors that because Bluepoint, the guys who the the company or the game studio that was responsible for the Demon Souls remake, just had their latest project canceled. They were supposed to do some live service game, I believe, and that got canned. So maybe there's a chance you'll finally get your Bloodborne remake.
Ooh.
Give it now.
And it's just still won't come to Steam.
I saw the funny people were all pissed about in one of the Reddit threads I was reading, and they were right. Like, they remastered The Last of Us 2 before they came out with the Bloodborne remake or a sequel, which is just disappointing. Yeah, nobody.
I don't get it. Like, it's free money at this point. Like, no one's not going to buy it.
Maybe it's maybe they're waiting till like the price of a game is at like $100, and then they're like, all right, I'm throwing in all the chips. Here's Bloodborne 2.
Maybe, I don't know.
I just can't tell if it's Sony or FromSoft at this point.
Yeah, I think FromSoft is lying because they've said that they want to do it.
I think I saw something that meant, like, I don't know, like, well, it's obvious that it was like speculation, but they were saying that maybe they're waiting for the creator to be free again for it, because I guess he's busy. I don't know if how true that is, but
I mean, From Software is reported to be working on multiple projects right now.
Wonder if one of them is Bloodborne.
Bloodborne now.
Bloodborne Sekiro.
Demon Souls 2.
That would be a trip.
All right. Well, I hope it's Bloodborne. I want more Bloodborne. Everybody does. Nobody says ooh, boo, Bloodborne. unless
they're
you
crazy.
weren't very good at it. Yeah. Or crazy. What I remember about Bloodborne is I saw it came out, and one of my buddies that I used to play Call of Duty with picked it up. And I was like, how is that game? And he's like, dude, it's so hard. I can't even beat like the first thing. And he quit playing it entirely. And at that point I was like, I guess like I don't want to play it. Like he said, it wasn't fun at all. And if I had listened to him, I would have missed out on like the greatest shit I'd ever played. It got me all into FromSoft business. Because I did end up picking up on sale like a year later. And I was like, holy shit, he just sucked at it. This shit is fantastic.
I just imagine he dies to the werewolf or whatever in the beginning that you're supposed to. I just quit there.
I think he died to the bridge.
The cleric
that first thing on the bridge. Yeah, whatever that thing is. Yeah. I almost quit at the guy in the graveyard.
Other guess
I don't remember his name. Yeah, that was a tough. Like after that, the game was smooth sailing. For whatever reason, it was actually pretty easy for me. But that first man in the graveyard, Gaston, he was gnarly. I was like, I don't think I'd ever played a Souls game before that. So I was like, this is how what are you supposed to fucking do?
Did you have the music box?
I think I actually had to Google like, what do I do here? And yes, I believe I used the music box.
There's also
what else
there's also the staircase cheese on him. I remember that one.
Oh, I never looked that far into it.
It's more that I know From Software enemies have problems with stairs, so I immediately figured it out.
Yeah, I was thinking about which one is it? Dark Souls 3, where you just like run into those two guys that were real hard, and then you just like get on the ladder and they fucking kill themselves.
I do that every playthrough. But yeah, more unfortunate news. Wayne June passed away, who is probably most famous for his voice of being the Darkest Dungeon narrator.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that's his name. That sucks. That's like some top tier. Yeah, I hear his voice every time I think about the game in any fashion.
It's probably like the most standout thing about that game more than anything is that narrator.
Yeah.
Insidious Kylar.
Absolutely made the Darkest Dungeon series, because I think he's in both games. I haven't actually played two.
He's in both.
I haven't actually played two.
I've got it. He's in both.
I've actually not played Darkest Dungeon. I should probably try it. I think it's on sale right now.
He's real good.
It is good.
It is very good.
For some reason, I haven't wanted to get like I even bought it on tablet, I think, so I could just have it to play outside of PC. And I think like the first run I did, I got far enough to where I keep thinking like I don't want to try that hard again, because it gets frustrating when your best characters start dying to some accidental bullshit.
Oh my god!
And you have to start basically all over.
That's the unfortunately, it's part of the game though.
Yeah,
is the RNG can just fuck you sometimes.
I think we might have talked about it. Is I have it all the DLCs turned on, and it fucked my first experience up big time.
You don't wanna play
didn't you
with-
get hit with like whatever was it?
You just had to
like,
keep
blood
managing
plague
blood
stuff?
frenzy, the blood
Yeah,
frenzy,
that-
yeah.
and like you were just
I
like,
kept
I'm
having
done.
to go back and do that over and over again throughout my entire. Like I was getting up to the darkest dungeon. I wasn't there yet. I think I could have gone maybe towards the end of the time, but I never went because I was still fucking going back and forth to get blood shit fixed, and then I get more blood shit.
Blood shits.
Yeah, pretty much. And then my characters would die, and then I'm like, ugh. My healers kept dying. That's what killed it. I was like, I cannot get a healer leveled up. This sucks. I'm done. Good game though.
This sucks. I'm done. Good game though.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to
totally-
know what you're getting in for when you go into Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, also, I named all my characters after you guys, and they all ended up dying at some point. And after that, I was like, oh.
Oh
well.
no. Who died
Yeah.
first?
I don't know. I know Strider lived the longest.
Oh damn
Was
it.
he the Crusader?
Yeah. He was the man with the shield that would stun
Man of
people.
War,
Oh,
I think.
Man of War, yeah.
Yeah, he's a
That's
tough
actually
guy.
what he would play too.
Well, R.I.P. to what was his name again?
Wayne Jude.
wasn't it?
I thought you were asking for my character's name, and I was like very
No.
confused for a second.
You named me.
So, apparently, Japanese developers on Steam are having problems with if they made adult games that they've released on Steam, they're having problems receiving the payments from the Japanese banks because the Japanese banks are blocking transfers.
So where's the money going?
That is a good question.
Like if somebody bought it and the bank's like, no, sorry, you can't buy that. Like, do they still get the product or what?
No, it's the developers can't get their
Yeah.
payments from
The
people
devs can't
buying
get
No, I
their
got
money.
that. I got that. So where's the money going?
That is a very good question.
Who has the money?
I think it's just.
Because the banks
I'd imagine it's just like it's probably stuck in
Yeah, there's just-
transaction.
Yeah, there's just a giant porn escrow going on. Just everybody's an invisible bank account.
Yeah, because the CEO of like some of the banks that I believe they're responsible for this has basically said that like it's due to a variety of laws. Didn't really give a full reason why, but it's like this: we can't do this right now. We're trying to figure something out. We can't do it because of like a bunch of laws. It was like a very nothing burger answer in terms of because people are trying to get to the bottom of it right now. But right now,
I just got nothing.
they just got nothing from what I understand right now.
No, those poor pornographers.
Does he count as?
I mean, technically, right?
I've never thought about what you classify an
Somebody who makes porn, and the games are porn at points, right?
But are they pornographers first or
Yeah.
coders in game first? Bro,
I mean, that's like asking if a pornographer is a cameraman. He's still a pornographer, you know? Like, so I feel like it fits.
oh,
But the product he's making, not the way he does it.
Yeah.
oh. But speaking of hentai, apparently the Assassin's Creed Shadows art book leaked on a hentai website a few days ago. Like the entire
funny. That's
no,
funny.
the entire
What is this website so I can avoid it for in the future? I don't want to get spoiled to
I
Assassin's
like how you
Creed.
remember off
I
the top of
think-
your head.
Well, yeah, because the thing had a link to it. So of course I went and checked out the art book. And it's been
The
since
art
removed.
book.
And some
That's
other
what you're
things.
checking out.
Research purposes.
The link's been removed, so I can't even prove it. The art book got taken down because there was that leak, but there was also a leak earlier last month that apparently in the subreddit I was checking out, they had a thread titled "Fable done according is presumably done according to alcohol," because apparently someone saw the Fable team was getting drinks at a bar. And so someone was like,
Ooh.
this must mean that Fable must have hit some milestone. So it's been an interesting start to the year for leaks. We've had Fable's probably done. supposedly, potentially, according to alcohol. And the Assassin's Creed art book, Shadow's art book, got leaked on a hentai website.
Oh, was that fighter plane schematic or whatever leaked? Was that this year too? The War Thunder leak.
Oh no.
If not, there's going to be another one this year.
There's going to be another one.
It's happened like 13 times.
They
Like,
can't stop.
please stop. We can't.
Please stop sending us schematics and they won't stop.
I just love that the War Thunder devs had to be like, please stop sending us this. We literally cannot use them or we will get in legal trouble. Please stop.
Like pleading with them at this point, like stop.
When is
Yeah, I don't care. The sonar doesn't work like that. So here's this manual. You're fucked.
And that guy's in super prison.
Super prison?
Person.
Didn't they delay Assassin's Creed again? When is
Did
it
they
coming
delay
out
it again?
now? Because last I heard it was in February.
It's March, right? March 20th.
Oh yeah, we
it's
talked about that. They
March
moved it to
now.
March.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah, we
'cause
did. Okay,
Ubisoft
it's
also
March
shut
now.
down another studio, right? Recently? Like pretty
They
recent?
did. Yeah, they shut down another one. Man, they're just praying for Tencent to buy them.
Man, we're witnessing the end of a giant. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like watching Sears go out of business. Or
Would
something.
Tencent
Toys
even
R Us is
want
going
them?
down.
Oh, now you made me sad, you fuck.
Yeah. I live
Wait,
to
I didn't even
please.
hear. I didn't even really realize what you just said.
Toys R Us is gone.
Oh, Toys R Us?
I don't know if Toys R Us was a Canadian thing at all.
At least
Might
we
have
know
been.
what Toys R Us is.
I don't know. I've never been there.
You know what
It's in the
is?
city. I know. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
is another store. Lionel works at one.
Yeah.
What a doxy motherfucker.
Oh no, I've
Yeah,
been
Jesus,
doxxed.
man.
I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just like
I'm gonna put that in the fucking thumbnail. We'll listen all the way through to get here. One of us get doxxed.
you
Not
can just
clickbait.
beep the name of the store.
I will.
Do it.
Remind me.
Bet you won't.
I will. Remind me. I think that's unnecessarily in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of said it and I was like, wait,
It's
shit.
fine. It's fine.
Did you ever end
Bye,
up
Ubisoft.
beeping the other thing we said the other podcast you were worried about?
Nope.
Left it in
I
there.
won't say
Left
it here.
it in there.
Keeps it raw, keeping it real.
Yeah, it felt like
Larger,
people
longer,
need to
uncut.
understand the real you. They
What?
need to
What?
get to the bottom
What are you
of who
talking
Tsun
about?
really is.
What are you
What he's
talking
really
about?
thinking about at any given moment.
What do you mean? What
to
did
fall
you
in
talk?
love with you?
What do you mean? What are we
I-
talking about? You brought it up.
Yeah, that was all
No,
you.
talking about with the real you shit. That's what I was saying. What are you talking about?
Oh, while we're on the topic, predictions now. Do you guys think Assassin's Creed Shadows is gonna flop?
Ooh,
Define
that's a good
flop.
question. 'Cause even though
Define flop.
even though there's all these plagues and stuff, like they always do well.
I just guess because I swear I read someone who had experience like actually trying it said it wasn't terrible, but that it wasn't great at the same. Like weren't convinced still. I don't know.
Like define flop.
I'm unsure about it. I think it's not going to do well, just because there has to be a reason they keep delaying it over and over and over again.
Yeah, and truth be told, it was a journalist that was saying that their time with it wasn't terrible, but they're not convinced, so they could just be trying to be nice.
Nice quote.
I don't know.
More like they don't want to lose their exclusive review.
if Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky can come out on top, there's always a chance for Shadows.
Here's the thing, though: the devs
No
for
Man-
No Man's Sky and CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk, they actually give a shit.
I mean, Ubisoft probably cares a lot right now because
I
it's
don't know,
sink or
man. They're
swim for them.
imploding. I don't
It
think
is
they.
sink or swim for them on this.
You think they're gonna spend the time and funds it would take to fix the game if there's something wrong with it?
Yeah,
That's a
because
good
it's sink
point.
or swim.
They're
I think
abandoning
they're already
everything else.
breathing water. To be honest,
They already abandoned everything else and ain't trying to fix anything else. Why would they start now?
I mean, it's either that or they're going to do
Right.
another NFT game.
Because of the thing we did, my Twitter is also fucked.
Oh, no.
So I just have all this anti-woke gaming shit. And Assassin's Creed is catching shit because you can destroy sacred Japanese landmarks and shrines and stuff. And that is apparently very offensive. I think they're really just using it as a reason to get mad
To
at
hate
the
on it,
game.
yeah.
Like a lot of the, yeah.
That sounds like an excuse to hate on it. Although I understand that sentiment, but like that seems like they're using it as an excuse.
Yeah. Hashtag boycott Ubisoft. I don't think you need to at this point.
Do you even I guess at this point? Do you even really need a reason to boycott Ubisoft? Come on.
No. Unless they do something terrible. It's just a game about, like, to get mad about, oh, they're destroying a shine. He fucking murders people. Like, the game is it's assassinating people. That's the game. Why are we stopping at like property destruction? Whatever. I don't know what's going on. That's why it's like America being pissed that a game has nudity, even though you're lopping the heads off of fucking teenagers or some weird moral standing grounds.
Well, what was your prediction, Fliz? Do you think it's going to do well or no?
I think it's going to do okay, but it will be nowhere near enough to save Ubisoft. That's
Just the classic Ubisoft solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same game again, except now. Did you see the Donkey video where he's talking about all the games where everybody just hits stuff with a sword? And he's not wrong. Like, there's 800 other games coming out this year where you hit stuff with a sword.
Swords are cool.
I mean,
They are.
isn't Assassin's Creed Valhalla like the best selling one? Like the most recent one too? It's also like one of their most like
Anticipated.
no, it's just like their top selling product of all time. I think it's either first or second. Like,
Yeah.
I would be very surprised to not see it do at least solid.
I think Valhalla is there's one that came before Valhalla.
Odyssey.
Pirates?
Mirage.
Origins? Oh, Mirage. Yes, Mirage came after Valhalla. It's based on one of the characters you meet in Valhalla.
Yeah.
Are you going to buy Assassin's Creed soon?
I don't know.
What was your guys' last Assassin's Creed? Does he remember?
Valhalla.
None.
I think 2.
You've never played an Assassin's Creed before?
Nope.
That's wild, actually.
Okay, yeah, no, because Valhalla sold over 20 million copies. I cannot see Shadows getting half that.
I mean, it's got a lot of press.
It's definitely got some
Everybody
press.
knows about it. What is it they say? All publicity is good publicity?
I don't know. It didn't
No
seem to work
such
for
thing as bad
Veilguard.
publicity.
It didn't work for Veilguard.
How many copies did Veilguard sell?
Like 1.5
I think, like-
million, I think, was like.
Yeah, 1.5
Ooh,
That's
million.
okay.
way lower.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Assassin's Creed is absurdly
Ouch.
popular.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll. Like I said, it might sell, but even if it does, I don't think that's going to save Ubisoft. I think it might be the last thing they ever do.
It's a dying gasp at this point.
Yeah, maybe they'll pass it on to who's that publishing games now? I don't know.
Pal World.
Pal World. Pal World.
Who's publishing
Creed
games? There's
2.
a lot of them, Liz. Like,
We got a new pal. Look, it's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Thunk.
All right. What else you got?
That is the end of my news, but I did have some questions if we wanted to move into them. If you didn't.
I think we can do one because I gotta get going pretty quick here.
Jacob's question corner.
What game has the worst opening hour and what game has the best opening hour, in your opinion? Like the strongest start and the worst start.
I gotta fucking.
Oh,
my god!
jeez.
I gotta think.
You know, the games with the worst start, I probably turned off.
Yeah, to
Like,
be honest.
You know, I never made it.
I
So this would be like a force play.
I don't even know. I think
it's
maybe
okay. So,
Metal Gear The Phantom Pain.
like on a replay, it's fucking miserable trying to start again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
'cause
does have kind of a
it's just-
slug.
It's just a giant ass cutscene.
It's
It's
like-
it's cool, but you're not really playing the game. You're just watching like a movie.
You just kind of it's kind of just Snake struggling to get around the building.
It's also
Actually, you know what? No, Death Stranding actually is way worse. Death Stranding is probably the most like worst game opening I've had, just because it's not a game at that point. It was just a movie. You're just watching giant ass cutscene. I think it's literally 40 minutes of just cutscene.
yeah. How long
I
is
think I actually enjoyed it for Death Stranding. I was interested in the world they were presenting. I think Metal Gear 4, I think that's where I stopped playing because it was a lot of cutscenes to start off a game I already knew how to play. And it just never ended. It was more and more cuts. Like I was saying before, whatever game had the worst opening hours, I turned off.
Now, I want to say, would you agree that like for one of the best, Metal Gear Rising has one of the best openings?
I don't even really like the opening of Metal Gear. I like
I
it
thought it
like
was
a couple
cool.
chapters in when it starts. I mean, it's all cool, but like you don't really grasp the stupidity of the whole thing until you're a couple chapters in and you're like, oh shit, we're really doing this. Like that wasn't just some random thing.
I have to give props to Doom's start because
I was gonna say Doom 2016.
You are
I
going.
think has like my favorite
Just
opening
go.
of just like
you are playing in
you will be worse, rip and tear, and you're just fucking in it. Just I'm chained up, break out, grab a gun, kill shit. Why am I here? Fuck this guy. Let's go.
It's kind of cheating, but both Doom games also have fantastic title drops.
Yeah, dude. The music drop with the title sequence, or when the title finally comes up. Oh my gosh,
The
it's
remix
so
of
good.
E1M1.
Him punching the elevator console. Oh, dude.
The things have clearly gotten out of hands yet. Yes. Doomslayer doesn't say anything. You just see him look down at the corpse and just start shaking in rage as he cracks his knuckles and just smashes the elevator button. And that is all you need to know about the game you're about to play.
Yeah, I think Doom has it for me.
I just like the idea that what kicked off everything was they stole his rabbit or whatever.
Sort of.
I think for me, this is totally personal, but it's Subnautica. Because I started that game a couple times and just was not having it. And then the one time I was like, all right, I'm just going to push through this. And I ended up loving the shit out of the game all the way through the end.
Yeah. I remember my favorite point in the beginning was when the ship like explodes. And then like the wave of water hits you. It's like, oh shit. For some reason, it gave me a sense of scale in that game all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But yeah, I agree. It's kind of it's very slow start. You kind of just look around and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm just here now.
Yeah, I just spent all my time not being able to. I was just thirsty all the time and eating little fish to not be thirsty. And I was like, fuck this game. And then by the time I'm like getting in the submarine and you're going like, you have that like mobile base, like shit was that I was loving the game.
You know what? This is like a personal favorite, but the first Dead Rising, I like that opening a lot because I don't know, something about like just flying into as the zombie apocalypse is going on, looking down, being like, what the fuck's going on down there? I like the atmosphere of it. Any game where it's going post-apocalyptic and I get to see the events beforehand and then play after shit hits the fan. I don't know. I'm a big fan of that like thing. Fallout 4 did it too, where you start just before the bombs drop.
I think the opposite of that would be like the Callisto Protocol for me, where like the first hour I was like, fuck yes, new Dead Space.
And then you realize it was not good.
It was not good.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But man, that was like I finished it, but that was a tough finish. That was a pure spite finish. I was like, I'm gonna beat this shit to see if it gets any better at any point, and it does not.
How much of that game was crawling through vents?
All of it. That's the game.
Like genuinely, I
That's
think
the game.
1/6 of the runtime is just crawling through vents. And then the fucking one room with the grinders that you got stuck in for a hot second.
I got stuck because I was just fed up with the game at that point.
You were stuck.
And I was
like I said.
Yeah. No, but like I just like refused to try anything new. I just kept getting sucked into the grinders. Oh, I was like, fuck it. Like you ever play like a Souls game and you're like, I know I can get through this part by just speed running it.
Yeah.
Even though you know for sure you could do it if you slowed down, but you're like, fuck that. I'm not slowing down. I'm gonna do this the way, even though it takes you longer because you keep failing at going faster. I did that there.
Back to last week where Unwritten Rule. Oh, I've got one right there. In a Souls game, every enemy dies once. I have to kill it once, then I can run past it.
Yeah. Until you keep dying at the same part, and then you go, okay, I gotta slow the fuck down.
Don't go faster.
I got lucky once. No. You roll off a cliff like I do.
Ooh.
All right, then. Are we all set?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right. Thank you so much for being here, gentlemen. And thank you, listener, for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them on the video or the podcast. Or send us an email at giantenemycrabpod@gmail.com. I don't think there's any... Oh, we got to do the Resident Evil review. We finally finished all the Resident Evil movies.
I was
Ooh,
not
yeah,
here for
we
that.
just- Oh, we can do this as a crab bag episode. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, no, we'll just do that as a side episode. That'll
Yeah.
be free from us to y'all.
Ooh.
Yeah, I might have to rewatch some and take some notes because there's a lot going on.
I would have to join you for some of those rewatches because I was not here for all of them.
You don't want to watch the last one.
I would only
It will
I would only rewatch the free ones because I already paid for all of them.
Isn't there only one free one?
And they weren't worth it. Was that?
Is there only one free one?
Yeah.
The fifth
I
one?
chose the wrong time to watch all. Yeah, it was. None of them were. I was like, well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in the future. For now, I must go. Goodbye.
Goodbye.